This is a very life-changing idea of being empowered in the mind, in the heart, and in the pocket.
Before I impact communities where I work with, I have the change. My take-home message is change has to start with me.
I've learned that broken hearts, broken minds leads to poverty.
La formation que nous sommes en train de suivre pendant ces 2 jours, qui parle de comment équiper l'Église pour que l'Église soit à mesure d'équiper ceux qui sont encore dans les besoins de sentir et de rencontrer Jésus-Christ dans leur vie, une vie transformée. Qu'est-ce que cela veut dire? Avoir le salut, qu'est-ce que cela veut dire? Comment avoir un paradigme transformé de la façon dont on voit la vie comblée? Et ça, je crois que ça a été beaucoup d'éléments qui changent ma façon même de voir ce que l'Église devait être, ce que la famille devait être et ce que la communauté devait être.
The first thing I'm going to do is to have a conference with myself, list down all the resources that I have at hand, and then think about how I can utilize those resources to empower myself. And then transform that empowerment to others and to make sure that the people around me are also empowered.
Into engiyifundile njengoba sikhona kule ndawo ngifunde ukuthi ama resources sinawo noma ngathiwa mancane kangakanani kodwa sinawo. Asikho isidingo sokuthi silinde abanye abantu ukuthi kube khona abasisiza ngako, kodwa thina uqobo kufanele sibheke lokho esinako bese siyabona ukuthi singakusebenzisa kanjani. Kodwa ikakhulukazi engikuthandile yilabo esisebenzisa khona ukwandiswa kwalayini noma ukukhushulwa kwalayini. La ulayini kade umfishane khona sekufanele siphinde siyobheka ukuthi yini esingayenza ukuze siwenze ube mude. Ngikuthandile kakhulu lokho.
Okay, so when I get home, the first thing that I'm going to do is share my vision, the vision with my husband, my family, my children, see whatever resources that we have home that we can use so that we can empower ourselves. The other thing that I'm going to do as a social action coordinator back in my country, we have to sit down with all members of staff and share the vision, see the resources that we have as AE Zambia, and see how we can utilize them in order for us to get empowered.
For me, being here this week, working with them and training them and introducing them to the biblical empowered worldview, a tool that seeks to shift the paradigm and bring the message to the church, to tell the church that the church is blessed, that the church is endowed with resources, that the church is special. God has created the church with a purpose. The church has been given a vision. The church has a mandate to transform the community. So bringing the biblical empowered worldview to train them and train the team from AEE is such an honor, because what that means is that staff are being empowered. And when they are empowered, they take that same message to the different churches that they are working with in the cities, to the different youth, women, children, and different members of the community they are working on. And when they empower the church, an empowered church means an empowered community. An empowered community means the city will be transformed.
So personally, this being a repeat, I actioned on the first training that we had again. And when I went back home, I was challenged and I didn't sleep. And I told my husband, this is it. We have so much resources within us. We have so much space in our house. Big, small, I don't know how you can call it, but it's a 3-bedroom house, but we have a balcony. And I said, what can we do with this balcony? And I thought, initially I had a worldview of that a business you have to sit by it for it to be productive. And here, I'm the international training administrator, so I need to be working. But how can I utilize the space in the house and the time that I have, extra time that I have after my work, my job? And I told my husband, if you can get me just 6,000, that is $60 or less, I can start a business from the house. And that's how I began a business called Premium Baby Clothes. And I began it in 22nd of May, just exactly a month after being trained. And the business is going now, is on Facebook and Instagram, and I do it online, only when I have the time. I source the things in the market, I sort them out on the weekends, and I sell them online. And I get a lot of orders from around the neighborhood. And this, for me, is not just an end to itself. I'm not looking at the money I'm getting from the business for only myself, but I'm able to help my house help increase her salary because she wants to save and go to college. And who knows, when I save enough, I want her to go back to school because she finished at Form 4 and she wants to be an IT engineer, but she doesn't have the capacity. And I've said from this, when it grows, I will support her education.
I really want to thank first our partners and friends, more so World Vision, for partnering with us, African Enterprise, in carrying out Empowered World View training that we had right here in Nairobi. What a training this was as we gathered together all representatives from our 12 national teams from across Africa, all the way from South Africa to Ghana. They were right here going through this training. And also to say that our 12 teams are excited. The reports that we are getting, they are already moving on to roll the same to the various communities. We do have what we call the community transformation groups, which is the strategy we use to see churches becoming transformative. And so we are already hearing reports because our members of staff are now going to these community transformation groups and seeking to bring in this empowered world view. And I can say we are excited and looking forward to seeing Africa changed in the African Enterprise projects in the various communities we are working with. We are looking forward to great dividends as we see a big change across the continent through these change agents now becoming change agents through churches and through these community transformation groups.
Onyankopɔn dɔ na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔbɔ abrabɔ a ebesi wo yie.
uJesu uyakuthanda kakhulu futhi uyathanda ukuthi impilo yakho ibe nokuguquka okukhulu.